Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Slamhub Wrestling. Myself, Suprit, and this is your AEW Rampage review for January 21st, 2021. I'm joined by Abby Maniac here. What did you think about this live edition of Rampage? I thought it was a solid little show here.
I thought that it was a good show. Solid. It can be your opinion. For me, yes, it was a good show. I haven't been in touch with wrestling for the past 2 weeks, so for me, it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, a lot has happened in these 2 weeks.
Yes.
But let's talk about the entirety of the show. But before that, if you're new to Slam Up Wrestling, then make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Check out our other content links provided in the description below. But let's start off Rampage here with the in-ring return of John Moxley, and he was facing all ego Ethan Page, and I thought it was a really good comeback match for Mox. We all know how good Ethan Page is. He was a solid opponent for Mox here. What did you think about this match?
I would agree with you. I thought that it was a competitive bout, a good comeback bout, as you said, for Moxley. The end moments of the bout were amazing, in my opinion. The ending and the build up to the bulldog choke for Moxley, that was superb, in my opinion. And throughout the bout, I observed that the crowd was firmly behind Moxley. They were clamoring for his return, and Moxley is a huge star. That is pretty much documented. He is from WWE, and his independent run prior to WWE is pretty much documented. He was a pretty big deal. And as you said that regarding Ethan Page, he drew heat from the crowd, and pretty good heel work, in my opinion, from Ethan Page. And Moxley, he's been to rehab. He's clean. He looks in phenomenal shape. The commentators were, you can say, delivering on the said fact throughout the bout, and it was pretty much evident. When we saw you guys must have seen, on Dynamite. I saw it on Rampage. It was pretty much evident. He looks, in my opinion, young, pun not intended, and he looks good. And I guess his mind is in the game now, and I guess that if the booker, I guess books him in compelling storylines in the future, I would say that it can make for compelling content for us, and we would be pretty much invested in that, and we would be looking forward to what happens in the future for involving John Moxley. And we also saw what happened post match as well.
But let's try to go through some of the highlights for this match. Scorpio Sky, like Ethan Page was accompanied by Scorpio Sky, but Page ordered Sky to said he has got this and told him to go to the back. And like I said before, a really solid match here. And at the end moments, like initially Page was working on Moxley, and crowd was really hating Page for at this point. And there was one moment he was going for the ego's edge, and there was some struggle, and the crowd was very into that. And the paradigm shift was being avoided by Page. And like you pointed out, the final moments, like Moxley is beating the shit out of Page and locked in a sick looking bulldog choke for a submission win. And there you go, Mox, with the post-match celebration, quickly walks out of the crowd, walks out through the crowd, and he's greeted by the American Dragon, Brian Danielson, which was a little shocker here. And he was there to just congratulate Mox there, but Mox just walked off. And there you go, man. Little teaser here on what we could expect at the upcoming pay-per-view. Mox
Uh,
versus Danielson. Sounds good to me, man.
yes, same for me. Same for me. It was a pretty much, you can say, much awaited bout between Brian and Moxley. It was booked for the tournament final. It was pretty much hampered, and Moxley was replaced with Miro. So I guess they are going forward with that, which was pre-planned by the booker. So Brian and Moxley, yes, it is pretty much done for the pay-per-view, I suppose. And as you just pointed out, and let's see what happens in the build-up to Revolution. And I suppose the build-up should and would be exciting. Both the guys are, good deal. And with the work that Brian is doing and the level that he is in, he can go to so much extent. It would be pretty much exciting to watch and experience. And let's see what Mox does in retaliation. He is the baby face, but he would be retaliate. He would retaliate, of course. So let's go with the flow. Let's go with the build up. I am pretty much looking forward to this match and the build up. The promos and all the stuff. And I guess you can say that Moxley has been brought in. I guess the timing was such. I guess because the next week's Dynamite is in Ohio, his hometown, Beach Break. So that was also one of the reasons as to why Moxley has returned this week. And also he's booked for a GCW show, I suppose. He is booked against Homicide, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it is
So,
this week only. The big Hammerstein show for GCW.
okay. I guess it's the World WRLD, if I'm not wrong.
Something like that, which I think I'll be
Mm.
watching.
It yes, it seems interesting. I would watch the match, and there are other bouts as well. So
I'm not
I
just
would
watching
go.
for the Hammerstein.
Yeah, yes, the aura.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, 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 absolutely. I would check it out as well if I get the time. I would pretty much the point that you said, the aura of the Hammerstein Ballroom. Absolutely, that is pretty much a big, you can say, selling point for any you can say promotion or any league, for me to watch, or for any us to watch, it seems. So let's see,
Hopefully,
pretty
it
exciting.
should be a good show.
Yes, absolutely.
But moving on, we have the Jurassic Express, commenting on what happened to Christian Cage on Dynamite, where he was, attacked by the Gun Club. So basically, Jungle Boy laid out some kind of warning, like they are coming in to stomp the Gun Club's head in, something like that. And it's not just for for a tag title match or something like that.
Hmm. Yes, I would like to say that I didn't watch it live, so I cannot judge with regards to that. But the beatdown of Christian Cage in this uh, pre-taped promo looked good. With regards to the editing, I do not know or I cannot judge what aired on Dynamite, so it looked good. And with regards to Jungle Boy, I guess Jungle Boy is getting in to know that how much importance promos hold in this sport. He at one point, if I can recall, that he said it outright on the air that I'm paraphrasing at this point, that I'm not a promo guy, I just fight. But you know he did a good job with the promo right now, in this pre-taped promo, and he is getting better, and he'll get better with time. I have faith in the guy.
So let's see how that pans out as the weeks go by. But moving on, originally this was supposed to be the Young Bucks versus Roppongi Voice, that is Trent Barreta and Rocky Romero. But this match got cancelled due to Rocky Romero. I think he has COVID. So wishing him the best. Get healthy soon. So plans changed here. So instead, we got Nick Jackson versus Trent Barreta. And I thought this was a really, could say, uh, what's the term I'm looking for? A really fast paced, that AEW style match that we expect every week. So it was one of those matches and it was good. What did you think about it?
Um, you know, I thought that it was a entertaining match, but it was pretty unlike the matches that mostly the Young Bucks have on a, you can say, not a weekly basis, but what they have, the lucha style matches, which is pretty much 10% or nil selling. But in this, it was a, you can say, a slow paced, a little classic wrestling, spiced up in this, and it had little spots here and there. Surprising outcome with Barreta winning, and he got a huge, or you can say a big pop when he won. He won the match. It was a pretty good match in my opinion, and he got a clean win. That is also one of the reasons as to why it was a surprising outcome. And at the start of the bout, I guess, the thing that I talked about in one of the past reviews, that Trent Barreta and Wheeler Yuta, between them, it was not just a best friends quote unquote shtick. It was real, that they are going forward with a storyline. They are making it a real thing. That there is some tension between Trent Barreta and Wheeler Yuta, as it is just logical. They outright replaced Trent Barreta when he, went due to medical reasons. He went out of action, and they just outright replaced him with Wheeler Yuta. So let's see where that goes. And Trent was selling his neck issues. He has had surgery recently to heal the aforementioned issues, and his selling was pretty good, in my opinion. And Nick Jackson targeted the said the aforementioned repaired surgically neck with the ropes, with the super kicks, with the double axe handles, etc. And that's pretty much all that I can say with regards to this bout. Pretty much entertained.
There was there was a big near fall spot that they gave to Trent. Like Nick Jackson was in control. Uh, So what happened was Trent was on the apron, like not the apron, the rampway. So Nick Jackson hit a swanton on Trent on this said rampway. Then back to the ring, hit a 450, and this
Yes.
was supposed to be the finish, but Trent would kick out. Crowd popped for that, and at the end, Nick Jackson was going for a super kick. Trent, avoided it and hit the Storm Zero or the Strong Zero.
Yes, I guess it's the Storm Zero.
So
Could
he
be
hit
wrong.
that and got a pin. 1, 2, 3, and there you go. I think Trent needed this win because if you seen the track record of best friend, they have been losing a lot. So I think they needed at least one win in this situation.
Mm-hmm. You can say that. Mm-hmm. And with can say Trent Barreta's, uh, you know, since that he has returned, he looks and feels like a superstar as well. So if you were thinking of booking the guy for the future or the distant future as a you know um top mid card or a top guy, so you're building towards that. It was a clean victory. There was no, you can say something or the other. It was a clean victory. So it is a good deal for Trent Barreta, and let's see what comes out of it in the future or the distant future.
And by the way, they are doing Orange Cassidy versus Adam Cole on next week's Beach Break. They are having a lights out match, and hopefully that's the end of this. You could say faction versus faction thing. Let's have Adam Cole move on to bigger and better things.
Hmm. Yes, I would agree. I would agree.
And I don't know, this story between Red Dragon and Young Bucks, it's not heating up. We are just waiting for the eventual match.
Mm, uh, I guess the last time when I talked to you regarding this on the review, Matt Jackson was out with COVID and with medical issues. So I guess if they are planning to have a match with Red Dragon and the Young Bucks at Revolution, so the build up to that would be, uh, you know, happening, or you can say the things would get uh, heated up pretty soon enough. And the match for the world championship between Hangman Adam Page and Adam Cole, that would also be happening at the pay-per-view. So the build up to that would also be, uh, getting heated up pretty soon.
Yeah, I think there should be some plan. Once Adam
Yes.
Cole and gets involved in the world title picture, I think then you could, will start getting interesting regarding the other members as well.
Yes, yes. The all the things that I just mentioned, the all the members, Red Dragon, the Young Bucks, Hangman Adam Page, and Adam Cole, all of these four stakeholders, they are all involved in one story. So anything that happens between them, it would be affecting the dynamics of all the four people between one another. So things would get heated up pretty soon. And anything that happens between these four guys, these four stakeholders, it would affect the other person, the other three, or the other two. So let's see what happens. It seems interesting, but will they pull it off? Will they get people invested? That's the $1 million question.
But moving on, we had a video package, reminding us that there is still tension between Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez, and yeah, they just. I think it's time we got Mercedes Martinez TV presence a lot, not just via video packages and stuff.
Mhm. Since I just mentioned that I haven't been in touch with wrestling for the past 2 weeks, so I cannot judge what is happening with regards to Mercedes Martinez. But I would guess that the story between these two ladies, it needs more substance, and it is echoing the thoughts that you just mentioned, that you know people would get invested when there is more substance, and you you know say stuff in the promo that is compelling, and that, like I just said, that makes you want to see the match. But right now I am not very much interested, or I should outright say it bluntly, I am not fucking interested in seeing Mercedes Martinez versus Thunder Rosa, to be quite honest. That it is just there. What is your opinion regarding this match?
Mm, it
Do you,
feels it feels like a feud that is little underneath between those two women's title.
Mhm.
I take it in that way, and I think this is a short-term deal. Eventually, this will elevate Thunder Rosa versus to get to Britt Baker eventually.
Mm. Mhm. Yes, yes. But you know, anything that is happening on worldwide television, any feud, any rivalry, you know, it obviously it is my opinion. You can take it or leave it, obviously. But if you add some substance to it, it would make the fans invested, and obviously it would get you ratings, obviously, and it would garner more audience, which is only beneficial for you. But if there is just a match which is thrown out, even if it is just for the sake of putting someone over for the next level, but what good does it get the said person when there is no substance to the said rivalry or the said story? Some substance to it. That is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
The build up to it. Yes,
yeah,
yes, please.
like for example, on Dynamite, Leila Hirsch has been mad. Like her friends, her quote unquote friends, Statlander and Red Velvet, are costing her the match. And why, when you cost someone a match, you also cost someone their you know thousands of dollars. So that was the
Hmm.
mentality of Leila Hirsch, and that's the reason she's mad. And she said fuck it, and she beat both Statlander and Red Velvet to a pulp.
Hmm. Understandable. And the Leila Hirsch thing has been simmering for a while. It started off, I guess, when Chris Statlander and Leila Hirsch had a singles match on. Sorry, it
Rampage.
happened on Rampage, yes. And Leila Hirsch just walked off when there was a post-match handshake between the two, because in the midst of the bout, things got heated basically, and it happens. So when she loses the bout, uh, any person, when he or she loses, it doesn't leave you in a good state. It doesn't leave you in a good mindset. some take it good, some take it bad. So when you look the said people as real person, and what you just mentioned, that if it happened on Dynamite, what happened on Dynamite, that makes a lot of sense in my opinion. Right? It was simmering. She lost the match, and here also she lost the match. So it was simmering, and then uh, it had the big blow up. So it makes sense. Now here in this case, if we compare that to Mercedes Martinez versus Thunder Rosa, I don't see anything. Mercedes Martinez just costed Thunder Rosa her match. Basically, there's that. There is little to no backstory as to why Mercedes Martinez did it. There is nothing as to nothing is there. You know, is Mercedes Martinez working for somebody, or Jade Cargill, paid her, Smart Mark Serling paid her something to it. Or even if you do not want to reveal it right now, you can give a teaser or a backstage camera, you can give just a, you can say, moving shot with Jade Cargill and Mercedes Martinez just talking. So you gave a teaser, or you can say, to the fans only. But when you are making the full reveal, you are giving it in the future. If it is to be done in the same way that you just teased, that it is Jade and Mercedes Martinez, they are working together, or if it is just another reason altogether, it is to be planned, and it is to be, the decision is to be made in the future. But give some teaser to it, give some intrigue to the said story, the said person, that we are interested to watch the match. We are interested in the said personality, i.e., Mercedes Martinez. Right now, I am not interested in Mercedes Martinez, and I am not interested in watching her match with Thunder Rosa. That's it. And someone can comment on this, what I am saying, that you are talking very Vince Russo-ish. But the fact is that what I am, or you can say what the opinion that I am saying, would make the fans interested. And if you are a promotion, you are not thinking of making the fans interested, you are a fool. That's
But
pretty
do
much
you
it.
know what we are interested in?
Yes. Hook.
No, no, no. It's not Hook. It's Hook. The Hook. He was making his wrestling debut on live TV. This is his first live TV exposure. The other appearances have been, pre-taped. So he was facing Serpentico of Chaos Project. So what happened was Serpentico was doing this, a signature thing with the streamers and stuff. But Hook wasn't, impressed with this. Just ran him over. So the match began. This match went total about a minute and 12. So he's just tossing this guy from one corner to another. And this is happening while Serpentico is still in his ring jacket, and he's covered with his streamers, which was funny to watch. So Hook is just, tossing him from one side to the other, like I said. And then he locked in the red drum. And this is, he did it while, just standing in the standing position. He often does it
Yes.
in a laying sleeper thing, but this time he just decimates Serpentico in quick fashion. But quickly, we hear QT Marshall coming out and just trying to insult Hook here, saying that he comes out and he hurts his opponent. But Hook isn't interested in Marshall's comments, and he was walking backstage, but Marshall did the fuck up thing and it stopped him midway. So Hook decides to grab Marshall and hit him with a overhead suplex on the entranceway, and just walked off like it was nothing. So they are doing something with Hook versus QT Marshall in the future, and I have a feeling we could see this at Revolution.
Revolution is in how many weeks
It's in
right
March.
now? Is in March. Um, I don't know, man, if they would be able to stretch it out till March. Let's see. I guess QT Marshall versus Hook. All right. Yes, I can I can see that.
If possible, you
Hopefully.
can do that. If possible, you can do that. Otherwise, you can give it on a Rampage. We don't mind.
Hmm. But as you just said the proposition of QT Marshall versus Hook on a pay-per-view, I'm thinking that yes, probably they are thinking of they would be thinking of booking the said match on the paper. You know, his you know him having a live match on Rampage now, uh, and he would be having a live Dynamite match in the upcoming weeks. So I would guess that he would be having a pay-per-view match, and Revolution is the perfect time to have a pay-per-view match. And I would guess that QT Marshall would be the perfect foil for it. And I would say that yes, they would be having the set match. I would absolutely agree with your proposition with regards to this match. And let's see how they stretch this whole thing out, because what we just saw that the match with Serpentico, it was short, it was sweet, it was effective. Just what you can say, what we all expected. You know, it all is adding to the myth that is, Hook. And QT did his job to perfection too, in my opinion. He garnered heat and also gave the shine to the you know baby face. He's being booked as a baby face Hook. And now next step would be how the heel, i.e. QT Marshall with the Nightmare Factory, retaliate. So let's see what happens from them. So let's see. And hopefully it is interesting and compelling, and it makes us watch the said collision between the two, QT and Hook, on Revolution. Hook has a cult following, so it would make some people to buy the pay-per-view. So let's see. Let's see what happens.
You know what a captivating match for Hook is on a pay-per-view?
What?
Hook versus Orange Cassidy. I know. You just talked about, uh, Hook having a cult following. There is a certain myth
Yes,
surrounding him, and
yes,
putting
yes.
him against Orange Cassidy is a little risky because Orange Cassidy, tends to be a little comedic, and some may criticize that it could hurt Hook, but I think it could work in this scenario.
Hmm. Hmm.
The end goal is to put
Can
over
work.
Hook, right? And
Yes.
it could be fun.
Yes, it could be. It could be. Even I would agree with your proposition, but the timing is of the essence here. First, QT Marshall versus Hook would be, they would be doing it hopefully at Revolution. Let's see when they, if they ever do, Orange Cassidy versus Hook. Right now the thing is that Orange Cassidy is being booked as a babyface, and Hook is also being booked as a babyface. So right now, I do not think that they would hamper with the momentum that both the guys have built up in any fashion at this point. They want to build the momentum of Hook right now. So I do not. They would be booking the guy with the likes of the people who are, quote unquote, bad guys. So let's see. Let's see what happens. And right now, his, you know, career is in infancy. He has a long career. So uh, we all, hope for the best. Let's see what happens in the future. But right now, the focus is on QT Marshall and the Nightmare Factory for Hook. And let's see if the uh, team Taz also gets involved. There are many people, many stakeholders here. Let's see what happens. Let's see.
But let's talk about the main event then. This is for the TBS championship. This is the first defense for champion Jade Cargill. So she was defending the title against Anna Jay of the Dark Order. So the main event interview bit with Mark Henry. So Anna Jay claimed that she is giving a new term for the TBS thing. She called it that page slayer. So uh, we see John Silver, impersonating Mark Henry here with the it's time for the main event thing, which is hilarious. So about the match was surprisingly good. I thought
Yes.
Jade looked really good in this one. Like she didn't look very off or green like we usually say about her. Anna Jay, I think I have stated in the past, she gets better and better by every match she has. And this match turned out to be good. It was short and simple. And what did you think about it?
Yes. Really enjoyed the main event. And as you just said, the expectations were low, and the execution was amazing. Uh, and as you just said, Jade and Anajay are getting better with time. Absolutely agreed. And this thing that if there are some people who are criticizing with the choice of the champion, I would like to say that Jade Cargill looks like a superstar. That is why she is champion. She has that, you can say, the aura, and she looks like a powerhouse. She is, uh, if you are a professional wrestling fan, you watch all wrestling, she is AEW's Camille Brickhouse. She may not be, as you just pointed out, she may not be the best in-ring worker, but if she can look the part, she can act the part, she can draw the desired reaction, that then no more questions, in my opinion. you know in this match, we saw Jade doing cocky covers, and she had green eyeshadow on. She was trash talking with Anna Jay. She even at one point was doing push-ups in midst of the match, and she was just flaunting her ego. All the, you can say, the heel antics were on display. So you can say that she is absolutely getting better with time. Slow methodical pace to the match. Pretty much, I really enjoyed the main event. I would absolutely echo your thoughts. Absolutely.
But and also, we had Jade Cargill having a pose off with Johnny Hungy at one point, and there was a lot of involvement of Mark Sterling in this match. So he got his, like he got what he deserved as John Silver hit a brainbuster on him on the outside. So this caused a little distraction for Anna Jay. So Jade Cargill hit a pump kick and was going for the Jaded, and this was my favorite part of this match actually. So she picked her up for the Jaded. Anna Jay reversed it and locked in the Queen Slayer, and this was actually a really cool transition. And
Hmm.
they were actually fighting off, like Anna Jay had the Queen Slayer, the chokehold on Jade for a while now. So they were doing like exchanging big moves, and at the end, Jade was able to hit the Jaded and get the win. This match went about 8 minutes or so, and pretty good performance for both these ladies.
Yes, absolutely.
But who do you
Agreed.
think? Sorry to interrupt you, but who do you think eventually should take the title of Jade?
Mm-hmm. That's a good question. Right now, I do not see anyone. Probably, mm, you know, when I see the women's division of this promotion AEW, I see, a great wrestler or a great worker. So I see one of the top contenders as Serena Deeb. So I'm not saying that she should take the title off of Jade at some point, but I see her as a great, wrestler, as a great entity. So if they ever crown her as a champion, in AEW Women's Champion or a TBS champion, I would not complain at all, because she is a great worker. And with the work that we have seen in the recent past, she is doing a great job, in my opinion. And other than Saina Deeb, mm, there is also this thing, we do not see any person or anyone's potential, uh, if there is if that is latent in them, because of limited TV time. So if there is someone uh, there in the women's locker room who has immense potential, if yes, yes, please.
Should I pull out a name?
Yes, please.
The one I think is a great candidate to take the title of Jade, and I'm also adding in the the believability, factor in it. I think it is Chris Statlander.
Yes, yes.
She has
Hmm.
gotten better. Like, we don't say that she's green and or she's not ready. She has gotten much better than what we are just saying about Anna Jay.
Hmm.
And she's
Yes.
over. She's a popular figure. in that division.
Hmm.
I would buy that.
Agree. Yes. Sure. Agreed. But the still the there is this you know skepticism for me with regards to Chris Statlander. I'm not you know throwing away her potential. Now you just as you name dropped her, I am pretty much agreeing that if she's crowned champion in the future, the thing is that any women in this division would get better with time if they put in the work and they have the right mindset. Absolutely. But right now, Chris Statlander, the my opinion is that you know she's not getting probably you know I would like to say that much spotlight or investment from the crowd. I cannot say at this point if you compare it to the other lady that I mentioned,
Yeah, I
Serena
get that
Deeb.
because I get that
Yes.
because I think if you want to say who's over in that division, you can
Hmm.
say this person or that person, but overall it is being run by Britt Baker now. She
Hmm.
is the legit star of that division.
Hmm.
And then you
Yes.
have your Thunder Rosas, your Serena Deeps, and if you want to mention other names like Hikaru Shida,
Hmm.
and I can
Yes.
say even Statlander is also in that small group of people.
Yes. Yes.
Let's see, man.
Let's
Let's
see.
see. And I
Absolutely.
think they should be adding, to say, in the men's side, Tony Khan has gotten, a lot of big names. But I
Hmm.
think it's time he should do the same thing with the women's. He has already added Mercedes Martinez. That's a good addition, in my opinion. And I think he should go even further. Maybe bring in a Taya Valkyrie. I think she is willing to be part of AEW.
I would agree with Taya Valkyrie, but the fact is that if the deal can be made or not, and if she is willing to work or not, but I would absolutely 100% agree that with the fact that you just said that it is time to make the women's division legit as well. But there is this resistance with the existing roster that you do not want your spot to be shaken up, to be ruined, to be hampered, or to be taken by the other person. So there is resistance from the existing roster. And when the existing roster has members who are best friends, quote not intended, or best buds with the EVPs, so that probably, or with the promoter, or then that creates a huge problem with regards to the investment from the promoter when they go out to recruit talent. That, say for instance, Killer Cross, he is a great talent, no doubt about it, but there is some rumor that he had a you know beef with Adam Cole in NXT, at the time in NXT, which involves Scarlet Bordeaux as well. So Killer Cross most probably would not get signed in AEW. He is a great talent. When he is presented and he is pushed, he would make a hell of an investment. He would make a hell of a superstar in AEW. I saw his work in Impact Wrestling. He was a great, superstar, no doubt about it. But these things that I just mentioned, it is basically politics. It works. But now you are seeing the women's champion as a Britt Baker. So probably she does not need any wrestler from outside. I'm just saying as an example. I'm not saying that that is what is happening. I'm just saying as an example that if Britt Baker is the women's champion, so probably she does not need any wrestler who is of the caliber or that is of, or a women's wrestler who is of an higher caliber than her, that the likes of Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, or Diana Perazzo, or something like that. Diana Perazzo is her friend, but I'm just saying for the sake of it. And now we take the example of Taya Valkyrie, who you just mentioned. Taya Valkyrie is a great female wrestler. She made her name in Lucha Libre AAA. She made her name in Impact Wrestling. Great talent, great worker. She has immense potential. She would be a great signee for AEW. But if this politics thing exists, she probably won't get signed. That is the thing. And such politics exists everywhere. It is not just in the locker room of AEW. It exists everywhere. Everybody is scared of their spot. Everybody is scared because it affects their livelihood. It exists everywhere. But if you are someone of the mindset that it benefits the company, if you sign Taya Valkyrie, he would earn more. It would earn more revenue. It would get more fans, and in turn, it would probably get you more pay. If that is your mindset, then it is a positive mindset, and then probably the likes of Taya Valkyrie, Killer Cross, or many others who are free agents and who probably can be good investments, they would get signed. But we do not live in a perfect world. We do not live in a world where everybody is living with a positive mindset. So there is that. That's pretty much it. And I would agree with you that Tony Khan, the promoter, needs to invest now in the women's division. Absolutely, it is the need of the hour. And it would only help the promotion achieve better heights. I would absolutely agree. 100%.
But that was the review for Rampage. And before we leave, where can these guys find you?
Guys, you can connect with me on Instagram and Twitter at AbbyManiac, and you can also connect with me on LinkedIn and Facebook as well.
And you can find Slamhub Wrestling on Twitter at SlamhubW, Instagram at Slamhub Wrestling. You can catch this review on Anchor and Spotify as well. This was the AEW Rampage review, and we'll see you guys next time. And before one last thoughts, I want to say hashtag Free Ali. See you guys.